Solid outing for Jalen Green against the Clippers. Here he is finding Şengün open for that uncontested three-point shot. There's going to be a lot more Green to Şengün plays that we're going to see. And then defensively, he's going to dive down into the paint. Gets a nice strip right there with the left hand against Zubac, and that gets the Rockets in transition. And then Green finishes nicely with the reverse layup. This was a really solid outing for Green offensively. A lot of that coming as a playmaker and a lot of it going to Alperen Şengün going towards the basket. These two have wonderful chemistry already in just their second season. Now defensively, there were some concerns. There's Green right in the center there. He's on Reggie Jackson, who's going to set this back pick on Şengün, and Green's going to have to pick up Zubac. It's a tough cover, but he doesn't make the switch, and that's an easy lob finish. No more pick and roll action here. Şengün's going to set that screen. The pocket pass is not going to be there. Reggie Jackson does a good job getting back in front, so Green's going to take that pull up and make it nicely. And then in semi-transition against Paul George, that's a great pocket pass to Şengün, who calmly finishes with the left hand. And now defensively, Paul George is going to kind of overpower Green to the rim. That's going to set up that Reggie Jackson open three-point shot. More pick and roll action with Şengün. This time, Zubac is going to play that deep drop, so Şengün is not going to have any room to roll to the rim. So Green is going to use that left to right crossover and take that long two. Don't love the efficiency, and the shot goes awry. And then Morris playing good defense at the top of the key, so Green is going to go against that deep drop and utilize the floater nicely as he gets underneath the ball with great effect. And now on defense, he gets really hung up on that screen at the top of the key, and that gives Kennard a one-on-one opportunity against Şengün, and Kennard does a good job of getting to that short mid-range pull-up. Now you're seeing more pick and roll ball handling duties for Jalen Green, which leads to this three-point shot that does go awry. Now on defense, I just want Green to play with a little more force here. Reggie Jackson is going to ISO him and just kind of walk him down to the paint and hit this nice little floater. Now here's a simple pick and roll action where he's going to hit Tari Eason in rhythm right in the shooting pocket for that three-point shot. And now on defense, the issue I have with Green overall is that his screen navigation isn't where it needs to be. He's going to widen this angle out way too far. And now Reggie Jackson has basically a one-on-one opportunity with a Garuba with Green chasing. That makes Knicks at the top of the key. You see him? He's leaving his man Kennard to kind of dig back on Zubac. So Kennard's got a wide open opportunity here, but Jackson has so much room with Green still kind of on his hip that he's able to make this floater nicely at the basket. Now here's a step back by Green, and he really needs to get back on defense right away because Batum has leaked, and Green doesn't do a good job of getting back, and that's an easy finish by Nicholas Batum. And then on defense, here he's going to just fly by Kennard, which gives him a ton of room against Şengün. Misses the shot, but Green's out-of-control closeout really caused an open look, and then there's the Euro step. This is the stuff that really makes Green so electric going to the rim. His ability to be explosive and crafty, that Euro step is just very nice and finishes smoothly at the rim. And now on the other end of the court, he's going to have to navigate a couple of screens chasing Kennard. Once Kennard catches this ball, because Green didn't tighten up that defense, Kennard's got a ton of room to operate, but Kenny Martin is able to get a last-second hand on the ball, and then one-on-one against Paul George. Even though Green's faked out, he's able to get a lefty contest on the ball. Misses this three-point shot, though he is shooting 37% on the season on 8 attempts, and this pocket pass right on the money to Şengün, who finishes nicely with his left hand. And then here he's going to get his pocket picked by Paul George, who's been doing this for over a decade, and this will ultimately lead to a basket on the other end by the Clippers. And now Green in the right corner is going to show off his 2-foot leaping ability. Shot goes up, and he's going to be the highest one grabbing that contested rebound, which turns into a grab and go and a decent shot at the rim on the other end, which goes awry. And then isolated against Kennard, he's going to call for this screen, which the Clippers switch comfortably, which gets the better defensive Terrence Mann on Green, who forces the missed shot. And then here's just making the right play, a nice pass into the shooting pocket of Jabari Smith, though he misses the shot. And then when Reggie Jackson fights over the screen, Jalen Green is able to pull back a bit and make a deep three from 29 feet. Does get called for a travel there as he came down on 1 foot instead of the 2 on the hop step. And then this pass with the left hand is just elite. There are only a few guys in this league that can make that pass on target to Şengün. That is just tremendous stuff by Jalen Green. And then he's able to probe a little bit along the baseline, step back, and make a nice mid-range shot there, and then explodes to the rim. No help behind Paul George, and then that's what Jalen Green is known for. And then more defense. That's another lefty contest against Paul George to force the miss. And then here, it's not a super efficient shot at that range, but he's surrounded, so I don't mind him taking that shot. And I really like how he attacks this next play, because Reggie Jackson is going to play tough against that left hand. So Jalen Green goes right, able to get it to Şengün, who finishes with the hook after the fake. And then on defense, Jalen Green really needs to get back. He has to sprint back, actually, but he's not doing so. He's kind of meandering, backpedaling, and that leads to a Clippers run out and an easy finish on the other end. So Jalen Green needs to get better on the defensive end, but offensively, he continues to make plays with the ball in his hands, finding Şengün again. That's a good pass in tight quarters, and then gets past Paul George, able to kiss it off glass. So that's a tough shot, going hard to the basket, able to use the touch, and then Paul George kind of backs off. So Jalen Green takes an easy corner three. As a shot maker, Jalen Green doesn't have many weaknesses, especially from deep. He can shoot on volume with efficiency, but defensively, again, here, he's just meandering, comes off his man for no good reason. Kenyon Martin Jr., though, making up for his teammate to get a good shot contest. Jalen Green is able to get to any shot he wants pretty much at any time, so his shot-making ability is just elite. But here, he needed to find his teammate Kevin Porter Jr. much sooner. He was wide open in the corner. Green takes a second to get him the ball, and by the time he does, Batum is able to get a good shot contest, and there's, I believe, Garrison Matthews with a couple of points to say, he was wide open, needed him to get the ball a little sooner. Overall, just super impressed by Jalen Green as an offensive player. 25, 7, and 6, efficient on the night. Was able to find Şengün multiple times down low as a playmaker, but need to clean up the defense, and we'll track it to see if he improves in that area. So long.